So I wanted to, pretty much set the record straight about my mother and the situation that's happening right now. The network keeps portraying my mother as this innocent, helpless victim, some kind of angel who's just trying to protect her family, but the story falls apart when you look at the actual facts and her choices both then and now. So here's what happened. Shortly before she got pregnant with my brother Lucas, my mother had a stillbirth. She was already in her, 30s at the time she was pregnant with Lucas, and she was married to my father. So not a young single mom like some people in the network might try to claim, right? Not some young, naive single mom or anything of that nature. So even after losing that baby, she continued smoking cigarettes during her pregnancy with Lucas. When I calmly asked her about it recently, she got extremely angry and said, here's the quote. She said, "I didn't smoke for the entire pregnancy, just part of the pregnancy." So, yeah, Lucas was born with some complications. His heart stopped, I believe, and he was deprived of oxygen to his brain. So, he has struggled with some issues his entire life as a result of this. And that kind of seems to be the pattern of low regard for health, I should say, that same pattern, right? Of just, low regard for health pretty much showed up in how she raised me. Pretty much every single morning before school, she fed me the cheapest possible food, the easiest possible food to make, basically. Some of the easiest Bisquick pancakes. So basically, no variation and no real concern for nutrition. So none of this is even being brought up uh, to attack her out of nowhere. It's being brought up because right now, while the network is actively pushing for my involuntary commitment, my mother has already told me directly that when the authorities come to the door, she will say nothing in my defense. She has also told me not to answer the door, and she has repeatedly said I need medication and that if I keep this up, I will end up in a psych ward. She is choosing silence. She is choosing not to stand up for me. Instead, she is going along with the network's narrative and the smear campaigns against me. This is not the behavior of an innocent, helpless victim. That is a clear, consistent pattern of putting her own comfort, her own image, and her own convenience first, just like it was 40 years ago. So I didn't want to have to put all of this out publicly, but when someone is helping others threaten your freedom and refuses to defend you, the record has to be made clear. This is my lived experience. These are the facts. So this is the ledger being updated in real time.